Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to make a pull-down flip book with a circle tuck closure. But first, let's have our shout out to Beach and Gypsy, Daggy, Elizabeth, Angela, Myra, Janice, and Rochelle. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, today this paper right here is a cardstock. I have coffee dyed it, but this came out of this paper book right here, Kraser Craft Wandering Ivy. It's really quite beautiful. I have 3 examples I'll show you at the end, and the other, well, 2 of them came out of that same paper book. One of them I used book page, so you get an idea of how you can change it up. So this little piece right here is 4 inches by 9 inches. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take these 2 tips right here and I'm going to fold it down so that these 2 tips are even right here. So there we are. And fold that down just like that. I'll get my bone folder and I'm going to really crease it well. Alrighty, next what I want to do is I want to fold it this way, and I'm looking at these points right here and right here, and I'm just going to fold it down about a ½ inch. So I'm looking at the points and I'm going to fold it a ½ inch. So you're going to have a little bit of a space right here. I don't know, I just think it looks nice. So now I'm going to take this part and I'm going to fold it up. But I don't want to fold it right at that point. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more. And then I'm going to crease it. But it's not all the way to the top. So I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to show you. See, it's not already at the top. I'll highlight it and you'll be able to see that just a little bit better. You see this is a ½ inch right here. And this is a ½ inch too. No, it's not quite a ½ inch. This is a little bigger than this one. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I do want to ink this up very quickly here, just so we can continue. I also have sewn one of them in my example, so you can see how it looks if you choose to sew yours. It's very beautiful sewn and it's very beautiful unsewn. So whichever way you choose to do it, it'll be absolutely gorgeous. Now, we've got that inked up just a little bit. The next thing I want to do, I'm going to take my Tombow glue. You can use absolutely any glue that you like. And I am going to glue my little flaps down. I obviously need to grab some more of my glue. But anyway, I'm just going to glue these flaps down. And just like this. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to cover up the way that looks. That space right there, and I just want to jazz that up a little bit. So I've got my washi here, and I'm going to lay my washi right across. I think I'm going to go right like this. There we go. It's a dark navy washi, the same really as the paper, but I just thought it would be pretty. You can use any color you want. That doesn't bother you. You don't have to cover it up, but to me it's just part of decorating it. So I'm going to get my washi off of my scissors here, and I'm going to place another piece right up the center. These 2 washis were gifted to me. I've not used them. I might have used this one. I think this is green and not blue, but I thought maybe it might be pretty. It's probably not wide enough to cover this, is it? Actually, I think it is. So I'm going to actually just trim that off just like that. And because I'm not sure how old this washi is, it might need a little reinforcement here for the sticky side. And I'm going to just use my Tombow glue and add a little bit of extra glue on there. and there. I'm going to just change it up and put that one up the middle and trim it off. So now it looks just like that. So the next thing I want to do is I have some coffee dyed paper here. I know what I was going to show you. I wanted to share something with you. Hang on just a second. All right, this is my box of coffee dyed paper. Look, I have got coffee beans in my box, and I've just layered them in on the paper. So I've got coffee beans and I've got my coffee dyed paper, and it really infuses that coffee smell in your coffee dyed paper. It smells awesome. So then I decided, oh my goodness, you guys, I think I want to share some little coffee beans with maybe a little coffee label type of thing in the Happy Mail on Sunday. So if you win Happy Mail, I am going to try to remember to send you some coffee beans so you too can infuse your paper. It's not going to take that much, but you can't buy just a little bit of coffee beans. I don't even drink coffee. I drink tea, but you have to buy a whole big bag of whole coffee beans, and it's kind of hard to find anymore unless you want to pay designer, prices. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you because it really does make your coffee dyed paper smell fantastic. All right, so back to the project. So I've got two little pieces of coffee dyed paper. This one actually has a little bit of greeny blue. I don't know if you can see that on the picture, but it is a little bit of splatter paint on there. Now, when I was making my examples, I did one that I think I put 4 pieces, and I didn't care for how it turned out. I thought it was a little too fat, so I started just using 2, and I liked how that turned out a little better. It wasn't so bulky. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it just a little bit below this line right here. And then I'm going to fold this up so that it definitely clears the fold. You can see it clears it. Okay. Then I'm going to trim it. Turn on the other side, and I can see where I need to trim. Just like that. And then I also thought, I would staple it, but I don't want that bulk in this little project. So all I'm going to do is take my glue, and I'm just going to lightly put, hopefully it's coming down, lightly put a bead of glue right across the top there. And then I'm going to just have this placed right there and press it together. So I'm actually gluing it together. I moved it. I'm not going to staple it. I don't want, like I said, I don't want that bulk. And I don't want the bulk here, and I don't want the little things to come out here either. So now I'm going to just put another little bead of glue on the back side, and then I can glue it into my book. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue this into my book, just like that. And once again, well, I need to go a little higher. I'm not going all the way to the top, but you got to make sure that it clears your fold. That's what I had to move it up for, because it wasn't going to clear my fold. Alrighty. So now you can decorate this any way that you want now that you have it this way. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this little tiny washi again, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here because, like I said, I'm not sure about the sticking ability of this one. I love it though. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm going to just add it right here just for some decoration. But when you open it up, it's just going to be really sweet. Now, I see here that it's a little long, so I really think I need to cut it off just a little bit more. So there we go. Cut it off just a little bit more. Now you can round the corners if you want to, or you could decorate it, you could stamp it, you could do all kinds of things with it. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to fold it back up, and I'm going to fold this down. And now let's put that closure on here. I have a 1.5 inch punch. This happened to have been a 2-inch circle, and I didn't want a 2-inch circle. That was going to be too huge for this. I wanted to cut it down, so I just selected the part that I wanted and I stamped it out. So you can use your scraps and just punch out whatever little section of that scrap piece of paper that you think is pretty, that would make a beautiful little accent. So I inked around the edge, and what I want to do is I want to place my glue just right here on the bottom, not in the middle, on the very bottom. And I'm going to grab a paper clip, and I'm going to close this like this, okay, to hold it down for me. And then I'm going to just say, where's my middle? I see my middle. Now, of course, the middle is that point too, duh, Cathy. And I want it to go on just like that. So all the way down to the bottom. So I'm just going to add, I'm looking at it again to make sure, because this one does have a top and a bottom because it's a flower and it has stems. So I definitely want my stems to be pointed downward. I'm just going to hold it till it dries. Use any glue you want, just like that. So that what you're going to be able to do is you'll be able to open it up and pull it down and journal on, fold it back up, take this tip, bend this down just a little bit, and it pops right in and holds it. Isn't that fun? Oh my goodness, I think that's awesome. Let's decorate it up just a little bit more. I think this lace looks beautiful on it. So I'm going to add my hot glue. I'm using hot glue because it's quick, it's easy, and I can show you exactly how it's going to look right away. So I'm just going to press it down, and I'm going to trim it off. Now, this skinny little lace trim did not come skinny. It came this size, and I cut it in half. Okay, so that's how I got it so slender. Look how sweet that is. That is so sweet. Now, I'm not sure. I'm thinking I might want maybe just a little bit more on that side. So let's open it up just like this. And let's add a little bit more glue. I'm going to turn it this way so I can get to it better. And I'm just going to add my glue right on there. And then I'm going to add my little piece of lace. This is really the other side of that lace that I cut in half. Now I'm going to just trim it just like that. Okay, so looks like this. Oh my goodness, so cute, right? I have this really pretty little label, and you know, I'm not sure if this is a digitalcollage.com label or if it's a Tracy Fox label. I'm really sorry, but I don't know. But it's really cute. So I'm going to add it right here, right there, just like that. So there you go, you guys. Oh my goodness, they're so much fun. You can mass make these, really. Now here's another one that's from that same paper pad. I put a little piece of book page right there. I use this circle. I put a little bit of that lace, open it up. I put some washi. I just put a tad of washi right there. It looks just like that. And then here's the book page one. This is the one that I put extra pages in. It's fatter. It doesn't lay quite as flat. Let me show you here. You see it comes up just a little bit. The circle kind of pops up just a little bit. I'm not real happy with how that lays. I used the bigger piece of lace here. I put my book page around this way this time. This is the one that I sewed. So I sewed all the way around the edge. Add a little washi here. and open it up. This really has some of that green splatter paint on the coffee dyed paper. I added a sweet little green washi right there. And yes, let's count. There's 1, 2, oh, there's only 3. I thought there was 4. There's 3. So just that one extra sheet kind of made it to me a little fat for my liking. But anyway, I think they all turned out beautiful. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.